Right, so here the question this morning. What will you do for love? Yeah, in other words, in the name of love, what will you do? So what kind of sacrifices you're willing to make? What kind of adjustment you're willing to make? You're willing to walk out of your home, you know. You're willing to invest all your saving. All kind of thing you'll be willing to do for love. And then you really realize sometime that person that you thought you love was really an object of your affection. A recipient of your affection, because you realize sometimes that what you put out wasn't really what was coming back in return. And then you realize now you had to start all over. So the reality is that a lot of times what we think is not what it is. So we find ourselves in a situation where we had to regroup, you know, check with mental status, and then we come again. And sometimes we lucky at the second time around or the third time around. But the point of the matter is, if when we get into this thing called love, we know what we was getting into and not really take the persuasion. So you just have to persuade somebody towards something and dissuade them from something. So you see, we just be looking for happiness, but you can't really find happiness, you know. Happiness is something that is created from an internal point to external point. And that is why when somebody do something that they consider in a situation, you just tell them you hurt me. Why? Because you're already telling them you go against things that would have made me happy. But then that person, when they hurt it, they would have been doing something that would have more or less made them happy. And that is where the challenge does come with stuff that we think does get different. That way sometimes things does get nasty because you know is that you selfish. You're doing what you want, but you're not doing what I want. And you know that where the trouble does start. So, here what going on. Before you get into a relationship again, while you're in this one that now start, go inside for a while, oh God, all you're stuck. Right? Alright, no, you're not stuck, but you know, it means now you have a different approach to take. Right? You have to start looking out for yourself. And to look out for yourself, you have to set standards, you have to set boundaries, you have to have goals. And when you put these things in its right perspectives, then you start to realize that you start to feel valuable. A lot of times the big problem or the big challenge with relationships is that people start to lose value. And then when they can't find value in themselves, they get depressed. And when they get depressed, they go on and make a whole set of foolish mistakes all over again. So, you know, let's minimize the cost. You know, let we count the cost as the Bible says first. Let we count the cost and let we have a relationship that will be more promising. You know, the ratio it's surviving and all them things, it will be better than we just getting in and having to get out and start all over again.